Oh, I was called out by a
Really?
room of female attorneys. They were like,
Really?
you can't talk about God. And I was
Why?
like, oh, because
Is it because they don't like it or they don't subscribe to the certain ideology? Or is it just we're not going to talk about this to be more PC? What is it?
I don't know. I think it's like a corporate thing. You
Corporate
can't,
culture?
yeah, it's corporate culture.
Uh,
I mean, if I was in a corporate like Christian nonprofit, I could talk about God,
mm-hmm.
right? Which I would love. I'm
Yeah.
down for that. But like in a lot of I'll just say a lot of my classes are in DC.
Okay. Well, it kind of matches seems like you're on track there for getting to your UN meeting there.
Right?
If you
Isn't that
ask
kind of
me.
interesting?
Yeah.
There's some things that like line up, but I'm very much in Jesus take the wheel. Like I will
Like, I'm
show
not going
up.
to assign the meaning or connect
Yeah.
those dots
And I'm
or.
also not like sending hundreds of emails a day to try to get
Mhm.
these gigs. Like I have a full-time job now in the music industry where I'm
Dope.
working. So I know
So cool.
I'm like I have all these people are like, sounds like you're doing a lot. And I'm like, yeah, but they all
Connect.
connect. They all
Mhm.
make sense.
Mhm.
They're just it'll take me longer to get there because I only have so much energy. But I'm definitely learning so much and in rooms with people. And it's also a reason why I feel like letting go of the coaching version of me is so important
Mhm.
because I'm not because I'm being asked to show up in the music industry, not in the corporate
Yeah,
industry.
making an
It's
impact in a different way
yeah,
and
and
maybe on a bigger scale,
yep,
right? Like
yep.
it versus like one-on-one individual, which I love the intimacy and depth that you can have with, dropping in with one person. But if you're gonna, you
I can't
know,
do one-on-one forever.
yeah.
Which is great. To go back to when I start with a client, the first thing we do is start with meditation
Mm,
just to, get tuned in and notice the subtle vibrations of your body.
mm.
We could try it.
Oh yeah,
You want
sure.
to do it? All right.
Yeah, I was closing my eyes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
Just take
Mm.
a nice big inhale. Exhale down. Another one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Great instincts. Inhale. And then on your next exhale, let out a soft sigh. Clearing out of the way. If you need one more, feel free. And just come to stillness, breathing in and out of the nose, and begin to notice. Notice your feet and your shoes. Notice where your body meets your clothes. Notice the chair on your body. Notice the hair on your head. Notice your head on your spine. And begin to notice more deeply. Notice the vibration in your hand. Notice the twitching in your leg. Notice the subtlety of vibration. Can you feel the electricity moving through you? Can you notice the subtle vibration of your body moving? Inhale. Exhale on a sigh. And notice your voice. One more time, just to feel that voice. And notice what you just felt. Whenever you're ready, come back. I won't keep us in there too long.
I like it. I did feel like a tingly sensation on my palm. Yeah, I could feel it whenever I'm tracking my awareness there. Um, like go up in a way or go like tracking the sound. I was like, oh, I don't know if I've ever really paid attention to the sound that I make like that on an exhale. I know I'm making sound, right? But to really follow my awareness to that versus like my chest or my belly or just like where I am in space or feeling the chair or, because there's so many points of awareness where I could put my attention.
Yeah.
And so
How
it's
rarely
cool.
do people
Yeah.
actually focus on
Mhm.
what their voice is doing? It's usually
Yeah.
like what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but it's rarely where am I feeling it in my body until you start singing,
Mm.
right? And then you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is that the right note? I'm like, don't worry about the note. Notice on where you feel the note. So I'll
Mm.
play the piano and be like, where'd you hear that? When you heard it, where'd you feel it?
Mm.
Great, sing from that place. And 9 times out of 10, people get that. 9
Okay.
times out of 10, that's the answer.
Mm.
And it's so much more
Okay.
powerful. Yeah, yeah.
I need to do that because I've been singing more, like, since my it's
Amazing.
interesting, yeah,
Amazing.
since my body paint session,
Mm.
just been singing more, and, and I've been loving it, and so on the way here, I was singing something, and I was like, I really liked whenever I did something to the song, so now I'll re-sing it. I'm like, "Where is my voice coming from whenever I sing it like that? Because it feels good, and it sounds good to me, but I mean, I don't know how it sounds to others, but I'm like, "That one like that."
Depends on why you're doing it. If you're
Yeah,
doing it for you, then it doesn't matter how it sounds to
yeah,
others, right?
yeah.
The next step
I'm
that
toying with the idea, though. I would love to write more songs.
I mean, you're a beautiful
Yeah,
lyrical writer.
I would love to write more songs, yeah.
You are. Well, if
Let's
there's
play with it.
anything, yeah, let's do it.
Let's play
Let's
with
have a
it.
time. Let's come play. You
Mhm.
are invited.
Mhm.
You're probably one of the only people that are invited to our house. But you're invited.
I'll make the pilgrimage
Make the
to
pilgrimage up north.
to Round Rock, right? Round Rock?
Something like that.
Cedar Park? Yeah, north.
I won't say that on
Yeah.
where I
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Don't be too PC now.
It's not about being PC, it's just, like, knowing,
Yeah.
knowing I do
I
work
think,
with a
though,
lot of
that
famous people
yeah.
now too, like, I
Yeah.
work with famous
I think
people.
authenticity, though, is the deepest resonance. So if it's your truth in
Totally.
the moment or
No, but I don't need to tell people where I live.
yeah, that's true, but I'm just saying, like, I get, like, catering to an audience, and I get the people are
Yeah.
gonna feel the resonance or authenticity in your messaging or song or, versus, like, thinking I've gotta tote a certain line because I think maybe if they see your humanness or flaws or mess, they're gonna resonate with you more because they're not looking to some prescribed thing that doesn't exist. They're looking at a human that has mess and flaws and like, "Oh, that's relatable." That's what I see in certain things. I don't know, I think that just tracks more.
Amen.
Yeah. It gives it, like, a more, like, holistic, to me, point of view versus, like, just one or the other.
It's more that, like,
But I totally get,
since
like, in that community too, how it
yeah.
is certain standard to not talk about certain things, but
It's less that,
yeah.
it's more that, like, when you get to a certain level of fame, people will do anything to take you
Yeah.
down, and that is true, and not only that, when you get to that certain level of fame, you don't want everyone to know everything about you because
Mhm.
then it's called a parasocial relationship where people think they know you because you're famous. So they see you and you don't see them. So it's this like asynchronous
Oh, I get that. I mean,
relationship.
I wouldn't
No,
consider
no, it's
myself
okay.
famous, but I felt that in just writing my book,
Yeah,
where
right?
it's like, okay, they know a lot of different things. They feel a certain closeness with me that I don't feel with them because of a creative connection or what was written, but they shared or something within the pages, but I haven't our relationship hasn't grown or developed to the point.
Have you had any like weird moments with that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Any that you haven't told your audience that
Um, no, I mean, just the other day, I think I briefly mentioned it, and it might have been taken or construed. The video you told me to put text on. It was not a romantic type of relationship or
Oh.
boundaries crossing. It was like a friend asking me for advice,
Oh.
but thinking that we were closer. I think because he had read my book, or because my title and podcast has sex in it. There's certain boundaries. I'm like, we're not at that. Like it was just a yeah, it felt like he felt closer to me than I felt closer to him, and it was, like, also, like, a pecking thing.
Mhm.
Like, me getting some type of response out of you is better than nothing at all. And I'm like, "That ain't gonna work for me."
Nope. Not
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
Not
So,
anymore. Boundary.
in that yeah, in that aspect, and then, um, dating too. I think some people that have read my book, they're like, "Oh, I feel like I know so much about you and you don't know much about me." So there's like a little bit of a disimbalance maybe to start something. Um, but I'm like, "Yeah, you can." I don't have lean one way or the other on that as far as like read it, don't read it.
Hmm.
Experience me today for sure because there's a lot that's not in there. And there's
Yeah.
been a lot of growth since, that's in the pages, but So I definitely would say, like, experience me today and, like, how we wanna build our future together versus, like, think you know me because you read
Mhm.
some pages.
Well, even just,
'Cause
like,
it's not
from
the
your
totality.
finishing it
Yeah.
to publishing it, and
Mhm.
that's after it all already happened.
Yeah.
Like, so much time
Yeah.
passes.
It's
Yeah, you've grown so
an
much
interesting
since
little time
then.
capsule, and I love
Definitely
it,
a time
but
capsule.
very pivotal in my growth,
I
but
love your book too.
yeah, just not but I do get that, so that's interesting.
It's just something I keep in mind because I work right now,
Mhm.
like, creating marketing campaigns for, like, A-list celebrities and,
Mhm.
like, what their lives look like, and, my partner does warn me, when you get too visible, like, people do, um, like, look at you differently and think that like, stop seeing you as human.
Like an idolization
Yeah, an
type of thing.
idolization, and so I'm just, I think for my benefit rather than, like, doubting that, like, my work will go somewhere is, like, I'm really, like, I'm trusting
Mhm.
and, I'm being more it's not about, like I'm not hiding anything. I'm
Just
just being
discerning.
more discerning, more precious. Like
Mhm.
more precious with what I talk about with my relationship. More,
Mhm.
it's a very special relationship
I get
that
that.
like you've met him, like he's a
Yeah.
special dude.
Yeah.
So just like even we talked about like what he's comfortable with me talking about today and
Yeah,
not.
cool.
And he's like, I trust you. You have discernment now.
Yeah. Maybe not in the beginning, not no.
Not a year ago,
Yeah.
but now.
Well, I think that's cool that y'all had that conversation too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
and talk about those things.
Yeah, we talk about everything.
Mhm.
We do talk about everything. He doesn't always understand my vision, and he doesn't always he's like, "I'll support you." He's like, "Whatever you want, I will support you, but I don't really know what you're going for."
Mm.
Once it became about I really do feel like all this is I'm doing Jesus's work, or like
Mhm.
I'm doing work for him. He was like, "Okay, I get it now." Like all of a sudden, and because he was like,
Mm.
"Is this for your ego?" Because he saw all these celebrities. He's from
Okay.
Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
He thought it was for my I was like,
Like,
"It's
you just
not
wanna be
for my."
famous.
Yeah, it's not, and I won't do anything to be
Yeah.
famous. Like, I've said no to
Yeah.
opportunities that I were like, "No, I'm not sacrificing myself in that way." It's it's for the good. It must be for the good of humans. It
Mhm.
must be for the good of our souls. If
Mhm.
otherwise, I won't do it, and I
Yeah.
can't do it. Like, I will vomit first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't do it. So he gets that now.
Vomit
So
first.
like, I'm so values driven. You know me. I'm just
Mhm.
yeah. And so I think like those kinds of conversations have been really powerful between us. They have been bringing us together, and giving us. It's become a lot heavier though in a lot of ways because we're like okay, but it's also giving us a clear guidance system.
Yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
GPS. I wanna say too, like, yeah, I get it. I still lean open, but, I because I had a radically open or healing or growth journey through openness, now I get to go back and, like or moving forward, I guess, have one through discernment of, like, what I do and don't wanna share.
Yeah.
I still kind of heavily lean, like, open, right? But, there are some things right now that I'm like, no, we're not gonna talk about that."
Yep. Today is too. It's too new.
Maybe with you and a margarita after this.
Yes, please. Yes, please. And thank you. Yeah.
Ugh.
It's also I think there's a part of, like, there are stories that I don't mind telling over and over,
Mhm,
especially I've been reviewing some of the harder ones recently,
mhm,
but there's also this, like, part I wrote a book, right? You've helped me
mhm,
with that book.
mhm,
It's written. It's not it doesn't have a good storyline, but I could take some things out, and then it's just,
mhm,
like, essays and poems.
mhm.
I don't want it to be what I'm known for.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be when people meet me what they associate me with, and,
Mm,
it's about, like, the darkest time of my life. It's about healing an addiction to a human being. It's about, like, the deepest and darkest parts of anxious attachment
mhm.
and relational wounding and deep self-harm through that, and I just don't wanna be known for it,
Yeah,
and that's that, and it sucks because like, there's some good stuff in
yeah.
there,
Oh, it could
but
be do you see it being part of, like, a testimony type of message, though? Or
that could be. I could, but part of it is also if I do decide to release it, then it's talking about it all the time.
mm,
And I'm like, it's
do
hard
you
enough
wanna
to
keep
do I
rehashing
want to
it?
keep rehashing it?
Yeah.
And I read it. I've tried to edit it. I've been through 10 edits. I have
Mm,
10 versions. And when I got to through 10, I was like, I can't keep rereading this. I was like, this
mhm.
hurts too much. Like there's still songs I can't listen to.
And maybe you wrote it for yourself.
I think I wrote it for my guy Because when we met, he's like, "There's something you're not telling me." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You know what? I think it's in that book you wrote." And I was like, "Take it. I wrote it for you." Because I wrote it like
Did
Dear
he read it?
Soulmate. He's read parts of it.
Okay.
He's read parts of it. It's a
Yeah.
lot to read. It's pretty
Yeah.
dark to read that whole
Yeah.
thing. And in fairness, he
And
read a
especially
book
if you
that's
care
been
about the
published,
person. Yeah.
and I've only read 6 chapters.
Okay.
Like, it's published. He's known for it. He's given speeches on it, and I've read 6 chapters.
Well, he could probably give you, advice in that way too, right? Of if you're gonna write it and speak on it, you're probably gonna speak on it more than.
Well, his advice is like, don't tell anyone any. There's where he's very much opposite direction, right? So then I've like come in the middle there, which is good. But I don't mind sharing my past, and I'll talk about that. I think right now, like this week, I'm a little sensitive around all of that happened. But yeah, it will be a testimony. There's no doubt, because it was like I could see it.
Yeah, and you don't have to give all the details, but it's like just a clear transformation journey, right? From something to something else.
Yeah.
From that to what would you call yourself now?
What do you mean?
As far as like where you are today with your relationship with Jesus, like,
I
from,
don't know what to call it. I recently
could
connected
play
with
with
someone
that.
called a Messianic Jew who's like Jewish, but she believes that Jesus is the Messiah. And like that is I like right now I'm phrasing it as I'm leaning into Christianity.
Yeah.
And I'm chatting with Jesus every day.
Cool.
Like, I'm turned on by Jesus. That's how I should say it. What are you turned on by? I'm turned on by Jesus.
I love it.
There we are. That's the answer. If anyone asks, like, what are you today? I'm turned on by Jesus.
56 minutes to get to that answer. I'm kidding. What do you want to drop in the last, like, final wrap up notes, or is there anything? And I can look at my questions
You
too
know
if
what's
there's
super
something
fun?
else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
do want
do
to bring
something.
since we'll talk a little bit about sex just for a hot
Yeah.
sec. So, I talk about how important the voice is and how important singing is. When you tone with a partner,
Like through moaning or
like being able to calm yourselves down together and allow that to drive you and each
Yum.
other, it's quite yummy.
Yum.
I'll leave you with that.
I want more though.
That might be with a margarita.
Okay.
But it is, and it has been a really important thing for us in times of like stress, of like calming down together and humming together. And
Beautiful.
as you begin to somatically feel your voice in different parts of your body, you'll begin to notice how your voice, especially women, because we're so trained to like make noises that go really high, right? But that's actually the opposite. Like your voice, we want it to be lower.
Yeah.
We want it to be really low. So like the more, and there are, you probably, these people, there are people who are in the sex education community who talk about like having more primal sounds and like sound ugly, sound like an animal, right? That we are animals.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. Like, what do they call it? The beast with 2 backs. I love that phrase. It took me so long to understand that. And I was like, oh yeah, because it's like 2 backs. It's so good.
Still need a visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, once again, margarita, right?
Okay.
So like you can and should, and I invite you to like use your voice to sing in those situations, and come closer to yourself and with each other,
Yeah.
and allow it to be a moment of worshiping of yourself and each other and your relationship to whoever you pray to or whatever you pray to. Yeah, the divine.
Cool. Beautiful. Love it.
Leave that there.
Yeah. Great note to end on.
Like real low, like go really low somatically. Okay. She's gonna do it right now.
I felt the tingle.
You will. You might.
Yeah.
You might.
Lovely. Thank you, honey.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I'll drop all your stuff in the show notes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for visiting, friends.
Thank you.